Okay, I put on my hat. Wise woman speaks time. Oh my Lord. Yeah, somebody said I should change my name on here to Wise Woman. So, yeah, today Wise Woman speaks. Anyway, it's Labor Day. So, let's look at if your life is not working for you. Okay, if things are not working and you've got your soap opera life going, so who's starring in your soap opera life? You know, this life here is like a soap opera in a way. It's a role that we take on to experience things, to learn things. But sometimes, because we have free will, maybe we're choosing things that are not working so well. Or maybe the things that you came in, and like if you are doing astrology, you have the things that come in and they're challenges. Okay, opportunities or challenges. They're not set in stone. So I want people to understand that. Nothing is set in stone. You can always change the direction because everything here is made out of energy. Everything here coordinates with energy. That's why, I moved from where I was in Florida to New Mexico, because the energy just was not working for me there. The mentality that's there was not working. So, I can deal with it, but why? Why to deal with the negativity and the drama if you don't have to? So I chose to move. But anyway, if your life is not working for you, then energetically you are maybe kicking against the goat, you are fighting against something. Maybe you're in the Poor Me saga. And that's what we see with a lot of people that are following Trump. They're in that Poor Me saga. And rather than straightening out their lives and seeing the blessings and things that they have, they're in that. But I want more. It's not enough. Wah, wah, all of this drama. Well, if you've got a roof over your head, you've got food in your stomach, you're ahead of the game, okay? Count your blessings for what you do have. And that's one thing that the first thing that I tell people if they are in depression, start a book, at least 3 things you're grateful for at that time. And you'll find out many times it's the little things you're grateful for, not these big events. Like when I was going through the depression at the beginning, one of the things I found, and this was in my gratitude journal that I did, was a little breeze on a hot day. Yeah, a little breeze on a hot day. A hot cup of coffee in the morning. It was, little things. Somebody smiled and said hello, or somebody opened the door, or it was little things that you wound up really being grateful for. So if you're in that depression, start to turn around and see things as sacred, and where are you out of alignment with things, and being in gratitude rather than the Poor Me saga. Why me? Why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? And we'll beat that drum for all it's worth for a time, feeling sorry for ourselves. I've been there. okay, I've been there when I started out. But you can transform. Again, you know, the things that come up are challenges for us. We come in and we choose the things that we're going to challenge ourselves with. Yeah. Yeah. We pick the parents that we have because it will challenge us, or maybe you pick parents that are very self-affirming. Now, one thing I can say, if I would have had very self-affirming parents, then I would have never started to look deeper to go into the spiritual path. It wouldn't have happened, okay? So some of your challenges that are there to aid you in your journey. We choose those when we come in. Now again, if something is not working in your life, part of it is to look and see where it began. Now we'll use Trump as an example. He's got to be out there and tell everybody how great he is, how fabulous he is. He's the most successful, and he's none of those things. And deep down he knows he's none of those things, and he's trying to convince himself as much as anyone else. So if there's somebody out there and you see that they're bragging about this and bragging about that they're so successful, they're so fabulous, then you know that underneath of it, that's a projection. They're trying to put out a storyline. They're trying to put out in order to make themselves feel better, trying to convince themselves. Somebody that's truly successful doesn't have to go out and say, I'm fabulous, I'm wonderful, I'm this, I'm that, you know. You're just in that 0 point balance. You are just living life as it comes. You're in the flow of it, and it is what it is. You know, there's no, if they are in that affirming thing, then they are trying to solidify ego, okay? So it's about the storyline. If you need to continually create this bigger storyline, then what is it in there that is feeling lack? Okay? So those things can be changed, but in order to change it, one has to be willing to actually look at it very deeply, and a lot of people, rather than looking at things deeply, would rather try to run away, drink, smoke, party, rampant sexual things are usually due to you need somebody there to tell you you're fabulous or whatever, rather than being, again, if you're lonely, you got to have a lot of people around you. Then you're not settled within yourself. You haven't befriended yourself. If you've befriended yourself, then you don't need a lot of people around to affirm you. If you're looking for somebody to affirm you, which is a lot of people, they're looking for just that special partner that's going to affirm them in every step of the way. It will never last, or if it does last for a time and you lose that person, then all of a sudden, oh my God, you're floundering because you have not found yourself yet. So what is the axiom that's out there? Know thyself. Okay? If you know yourself, you know what's prior to your storyline. And you know, and I'm not just saying that I'm accepting that we're part of the divine is. That's not enough. You have to have that absolute experience that you know that it is 100%, not a belief system. I believe that it's there. I have faith. What is faith? People don't have the really understanding of faith. Faith is the knowledge of something that is there, the knowledge of it, knowing absolutely that it is, without seeing that substance of it. The substance of things unseen. It is the substance. Okay? Not hoping that it is. It's the substance is something you can grasp, you can hold. It's right there. Okay? So it says if you have the faith of a mustard seed, you can tell this mountain to move and it will move. Well, mustard seed is a tiny little seed, but it has no doubt that it's a big mustard tree. Okay? It knows what it is. It is. It doesn't say, oh, am I a willow? Am I an oak? Am I a sapling? Am I a poplar? What am I? No, it just is what it is. Okay? So it's about finding that, going deeper and looking at your storylines. Are you trying to create something? Okay? Are you in lack? Are you trying to buoy yourself up? You know, I look at some of these ones that they want to become famous, and it's all about self-promotion. And they create some image for these people, okay? And then when they meet people, people expect them to be that image, but they're not that image. It's a fantasy, it's a storyline, but it has no substance behind it. So these people wind up becoming very, very depressed. Okay? A lot of these people that have a lot of so-called success, okay, actors and things, some of them want to become the roles that they're playing to be something else, to be something other than, okay? And sometimes they can't get out of the roles that they're playing. They convince themselves so much, okay? And then you see them that they commit suicide, they're on drugs, they're on this, because they're not grounded in their lives. They haven't found who and what they truly are, okay? You see a lot of the ones that are comedians. A lot of comedians are very unhappy in their own existence. They try to make you laugh, so you laugh with me, not at me. And their lives are very unfulfilled, and they use that as a platform, okay? So again, people look at these things and they think they have a lot of outside success. And people are saying you're fabulous and wonderful, but they don't know who they are, and they are truly unhappy at the core of being. So to be really successful is to just come to a point where you can release the storyline, the soap opera, and can just go with life as it is and enjoy it and understand it for what it is. Opportunities to experience things. Okay? Coming into alignment, going with the flow of the energies. If you're in a place where the energies are not working for you, if you're really laid back, a laid back person, and you're in a high pressure place like New York, it's not going to work for you. It won't. Okay? You need to be in a more laid back, where the energy is going to fit. Now, if you're somebody, again, that's really wanting to go get her, and I want to do this, and I want to put this out there, well, then to be in a real laid-back place is not going to work for you. You're just going to be spinning your wheels and going absolutely nuts. So you've got to have the place that matches your energy and what you're doing and where you're going, and going with the flow of life. Okay? Being successful doesn't necessarily mean that you have designer bags, or that you are, you have a big castle. And some people think that's a big measure of success. Okay? But it's not. Those are just items. They come and go. They don't, it's not something you take with you. Okay? When you leave the physicality of form. So you want to, again, have a life that works for you. And if it's not working, be willing to stop rather than trying to run away and cover it over with something. You can't run away from it. I don't care where you go in the world, it's going to be there with you. Okay? In one way, shape, or other. You have to stop and start looking at it and questioning it very deeply and find the root of what is going on with you, and find out the truth or the fallacy of it. And if you look very deeply and it's something that's not working at all, you'll find out that the root of it that you're holding, the premise of it, is false. If it's not freeing, it's not liberating. If you're fighting against it or trying to affirm something out of lack, then you need to dig deeper to find out the truth and the fallacy of situations and your lifestyle, what you're doing, what you're not, and what you're clinging to or what you're trying to push away, so that you can come to a neutral point of existence, be balanced and grounded. Okay? And then just go and enjoy life for what it is. It doesn't mean that it's always going to be wonderful, that you won't have any challenges. You'll still have challenges. They'll still come up. But you'll be much more able to navigate it than you were before. Okay? So on that note, I'll leave that here. And we'll see you online. Hopefully somebody's gotten something from this. And let me know if it's helped you in your journey, and it gives you a new perspective and a new way to go forward, to just make things a bit better for you. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see